what's up, familia? Welcome inside the hotel room. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. I'm tired. All right, man. I'm in the hotel room, out on the road, trucking it up, doing my damn thing. People that don't like other people. I've said that. Look, I'm a little bit of a loner, but that doesn't mean I have, this disdain or this dislike for people. No, it's actually quite the opposite. But a few people that got at me and said things like, "Oh yeah, you know what? People are nothing but backstabbers." Yeah, no, I'm with you, dog. I'm with you, man. All people do is, people are just pure drama and people are just backstabbers and, you can't trust people and people, just all the bad things you could say about people, right? All the bad attributes in human beings, right? Um, and that's really not what I was getting to, okay? Um, but I do run into people like that. I do run into people that have this dislike for other people, right? And that's what I want to talk about here, okay? Whether it be your relationship that you were in, relationship with friends, co-workers, whatever it may be, acquaintances, where it's like, oh man, dog, everybody's just a backstabber. Everybody's just out there to take advantage of you. Everybody's just right, just all this negativity, man, about other people, right? Oh man, other people are just trouble. People are problems. Now, look, to a certain degree, I do believe. Look, more people, more problems, definitely, right? To a certain degree, okay. But here's the thing that I'm trying to get to, and that is that, um, well, before I get to that, let me go ahead and say this. I think we all know. I'll give an example. I'll make full circle on this, all right? Um, we all know somebody, and you might be this person, right? But like if I think about a couple of homies, right? Um, I know a few dudes, man, that if you go out with them, you end up getting in trouble. You do. A fight breaks out, right? And it's never their fault. It's never their fault. It's like, nah, dog, I was just kicking it, eh? And, these fools start tripping or whatever, and da da da. Next thing you know, you're in a fight, right? You go out with that person again, it's the same thing, right? And it just repeats itself. And it's like, you know what, man? I'd rather just not kick it with this dude, man, because this dude brings problems. Even though he himself is over there talking about, like, man, but I don't start the problems, I don't start the fight, I don't do anything of that sort, right? Like I said, that might be you. Okay. What I'm trying to get at is, if you have nothing but negative people that come into your life, if you have nothing but backstabbing people, if you got people that just come in and try to swindle you, if you got people that just come into your life and try to take something from you, if you got nothing but people around you that mean you no good and just are there to get something for themselves and at your expense in a bad way, check this out, man. You got to start looking in the mirror. You got to start looking at yourself. Okay. It's very, very simple to keep on blaming others, right? For their bad behaviors. Yes, absolutely. Look, there's definitely bad people out there that are, looking to swindle you and get something out of you, right? At your expense, do you wrong, okay? But if that's your experience with people all the time or most of the time, you really gotta ask yourself, what is it about you? Why are you attracting those type of characters in your life? What is it about you that invites those people? Why are you a magnet for that type of company? Why does that type of company feel attracted to be in your presence? There's something going on with you. If you're just constantly in horrible and bad relationships, like I said, with acquaintances, with friends, that even with relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever it may be, right? Now, I mean, some relationships don't work out, and respectfully, you guys go your separate ways. Okay, that's one thing. But when you guys are like clawing at each other, and it's like relationship after relationship to the point where you're hating, you got it in your head, it's like, man, all hyenas are complete garbage. Or if you're a girl, all dudes are complete trash. All guys are this, all guys are that, because every relationship that you have had has ended up with the both of you like hating each other, or that person doing you dirty, or whatever it may be. And just out of relationship, but also friendships, acquaintances, whatever it may be. If that is what's going on, then I'm telling you guys, it's time you need to look at yourself and ask yourself, what is it about you that attracts that type of company? If all your experiences, or most of your experiences with people, is down at the bottom of the barrel, you got to look at yourself. What is it about you? Why are you a magnet for those people? There's something going on with you. I hear it time and time and time again. I've ran into people that have like a lot of animals, like quite a few dogs and some cats and whatever. And yeah, I mean, if you like animals and having animals, whatever, but it's like, oh yeah, I trust animals more than people because people are just backstabbers and da da da. And it's like, really? And it's like, yeah, this person that person that person. Like, wow, wow. Well, why? Why you? Ah, it's just my luck. No, no. There's something in your character. There's something about you that attracts that company. Now, here's the thing, too. Okay. You got to be 100% honest with yourself. Some people, while they may complain about other people and their bad habits that come around them, some people like that drama. I hear it a lot. A lot of people that are, wanting to be positive or whatever, you hear them say like, "Oh, I ain't about that drama, man. You could pass me with that." Or say things like, you know, uh, "I'm real. Pass me with that fake stuff." Like when I hear people say that stuff, I notice they always find themselves in drama. At least that's my experience. But when I hear people say those things like, "Man, I'm for real, homie," or shoot, even highness, right? Like I'm for real. You could pass me with that fake stuff. Like I notice that person has a chip on their shoulder and they find themselves in drama. So you gotta be really extremely honest with yourself. Not with others, not with me, not with anybody else, but with you. Because a lot of people that say that they're not into drama, oh, they find themselves in drama. They entertain the drama. When drama is around, they're right there. And by the way, if you're into drama, you're into drama. So be it. Personally, I don't care. Go. There's a lot of drama out there. Go wrap yourself up in it if that's what you want to do. But don't go turning around and start blaming others because you're in the mix rolling around there with them. So I hear that a lot, man. I hear that a lot about, hey, man, people this, people that, people. They're all, dirty and backstabbers and that and da. And you can't, man, trust nobody. I don't trust anybody. And, trust, I'll touch on this real quick, man, on trust, right? I made a video years ago about trust, right? When you go in with that attitude already, like, man, I don't trust anybody, dog. Damn all that, Holmes, right? You're already setting up yourself up for failure. Okay. All this, well, trust is earned. Trust is earned. Yeah, of course, trust is earned. But you know what? Trust has so many different levels. When somebody asks me, hey, do you trust that person? My question is, with what? Oh, well, with anything. I can't answer that question. With what? Trust them with what? There's some people that I can trust with money, but I won't trust them to borrow my car. And then there's some people where it's vice versa. There's some people that I know if I let them borrow money, that money's not coming back. There's people that I know that they could be around my family and they're not going to do a dang thing wrong at all. You know what? I could trust them with a loved one of mine, but they probably won't pay me back if we're talking about money. Okay, so it's not just do you trust this person or not trust this person. Trust them with what? Look, familia, I don't think I've said this in a long time, man, so I'll say it again. Okay, life has life has so many moving parts to just have yes and no answers. You got to live your life, you know, you got to observe life, right? You got to live and learn so you can learn to live. Okay. Now, experiences, you got to take experiences and learn from them and not just blame somebody else. If somebody did you wrong in life, you got to look at where you went wrong in that process. Yes, did that person do you wrong? Absolutely. Okay. But if you're just going to sit there or stand and just scream at the top of your lungs, just saying, is that person's fault? That person's fault. That, yes, get it. I got it. Okay. But you're not learning anything. You got to look at yourself and say, okay, why did this happen? How did I allow this to happen? What should I have seen? Looking back at it now, you know what? Maybe that was a red flag. Looking at it now, okay, that was probably something that I overlooked that I probably should have paid a little bit more attention to, right? If you if you're at a red light and the light turns green and you hit the accelerator, you go forward and somebody T-bones you from the side because they ran the red light. They're at fault. Okay, they are. Did you do anything wrong? No, according to the court of law, no, right? But if you look at yourself and say, is there something that I could have done to avoid that? Right? Because who knows, man, next time you could get seriously hurt, or, if you weren't hurt or whatever. And like, what did I not do? You know what? I didn't look both ways. The light turned green. I was looking at my phone or whatever it may be. I was changing the radio station, whatever. The light turned green, it's green, boom, I went. Had I looked both ways, I would have seen that that car was coming extremely fast and it was just 100 feet away. And I probably would have paused for, 3 seconds, which that car would have just gone right by. Right? So then now you learn. But if all you're going to do is just blame, that drunk person that just ran the red light and T-boned you and just blame them over and over and over again, chances are, unfortunately, that probably can happen again because you didn't take the time to look at yourself and say, what was it that I could have probably done to avoid this situation? It's not so much blaming yourself. Okay, but if you're just going to be blaming others over and over and over, and by the way, they are to blame because they are the ones doing the dirty, shady stuff. Cool, so be it. But you got to look at your life. You can't control them. The person that you can control is you. So you got to look at yourself and say, why? Why do I attract that person? Why do I attract these people? Why do I attract all these things in my life that I don't want? Why does it come to me? That's because there's something going on with you, and you need to be honest with yourself on why people, events, whatever it may be, are coming your direction. It could be your character. And by the way, if you just keep the blinders on, you may not know this, but you may be just like those people. You may be just like the person that you complain about, but because you got the blinders on, you don't see it. If you got this attitude of, oh, you know what? They did to me, so I'm gonna do it to them right back. There it is. You're pretty much like the person now. So you got to understand who you are, why you're attracting this negativity that you're saying that you do not want in whichever way it presents itself. Now, don't get me wrong. Look, people, negativity, it's just a part of life. All right. Evil, whatever it may be, it's all out there. Okay. It doesn't mean that it is not, it stays away from other characters, right? Like it just, oh man, like it's just a magnet to you, but it completely stays away from everybody else. No, 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 of course not. Look, it presents itself to everybody, but wherever there's open doors, that's where it goes in and makes a home. Where's your open door? Because it's somewhere. It could be your attitude, could be your content, it could be your character, people you hang around with, whatever it may be. There's something there that whatever this negativity comes around you, it makes a home there. And now, instead of you looking at yourself, you're just blaming everybody else. Oh man, you know what? I just have bad luck. That's why my relationships are always like this. That's why I don't have any friends because all friends are backstabbers. That's why, acquaintances like, screw them, man. I thought they were cool. And then they ended up doing me dirty. Okay, if that just happened over and over and over, year after year in your life, you gotta look at you. You got to look at you and why that is. Why are those people just over there being attracted to you? Why is it not happening to anybody else? It's not just good luck and bad luck. They see something in you, they find something within you. And if you're going to be completely honest with yourself, you may like that drama. I remember there was this chick, Holmes, who, heck, she told me, man. She told me, that I remember her complaining a lot about, drama and, family issues and family drama and da da da, right? And then eventually at one point she kind of broke down. She's just kind of like, "Man, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of into dysfunction, I guess." It's like, yeah, you are. And that's why you find yourself in that drama. So you got to be honest with yourself on who you are, where you stand, because a person who stands, um, strong with a good backbone on, some good morals and principles in their life, that doesn't mean that negativity doesn't come to them, but usually it's not attracted to them because they don't really see doors open with a person like that, right? So it doesn't mean that that person's never gonna, come across somebody who's negative in their life. It doesn't mean that they're not gonna be done wrong or done dirty, or somebody's gonna, rip them off, or someone who they thought was their friend is gonna go ahead and do them dirty or some sort. That it can definitely, absolutely happen, right? But it's not gonna happen to that person over and over and over again, the way I find so many other people talking about. And that mainly has to do more with you, because you are attracting that. And you got to figure out something about yourself. You got to figure out what that is about yourself. And if you really want to change that, you got to work on that. Nobody's in control of you but you. Remember this, man. Remember this, okay? 100% of life, okay? 10% of life, 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% of life is what you do about it, how you respond, how you react. But so many times, over and over and over and over, I see people focusing on the 10%, pointing the finger at the 10% instead of the 90% that they have full control of, ignoring, completely 100% ignoring the 90% that they have full control of, that trumps the 10%. But nonetheless, they will just go ahead and give their full attention to the 10%. So, if you're serious, you got to look at yourself. Okay. You got to look at yourself. All right. I'll leave you guys with that. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings. Always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you related. But loyalty makes family. Till next time, this is the Thecholotrucker. Over and out.